Confessions of the Pickup Artist, secondhand stories, swipe culture chaos, reported live from the school pickup line. Now, I've got a hot and steamy one for you today.
Yeah. Confessions of a pickup artist. Your cat secondhand stories. Swipe culture chaos while killing time in the school pickup line. Bozo behavior under review. Hit the bar, get slow.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, this guy was probably the problem. No, shockingly, he was not. This man just wanted a hot cup of coffee. A friend of mine meets a gentleman on Stir. Now, if you don't know what Stir is, it is a dating app specifically for people with kids, which means everybody on there is exhausted. Nobody's opening with, "What's your love language?" It's more like, "How many Legos have you stepped on barefoot this week?" Very different energy. So she matches with this guy, and honestly, surprisingly awesome. He's better looking than his pictures, which I hear never happens. Because usually dating apps are the opposite. You meet somebody and immediately you think, wow, what a creative use of filters. But not this guy. He's handsome. He smells incredible. Great job, easy confidence. He's not braggy, not trying too hard, just a genuinely cool dude. And there's chemistry, a little spark, easy conversation, good laughs, that magical feeling that you're not mentally planning your escape route 12 minutes into the date. Everybody goes home like responsible adults with sitters at home. Now, because parenting schedules are basically military operations, they can't see each other till the following weekend. So during the week, they decide to have a little phone date after the kids go to bed. And honestly, there is something deeply intimate about a late night divorced parent phone call. Everybody's whispering. One person's folding laundry, the other's in the pantry eating shredded cheese out of the bag. So they each pour a little bit of wine, drop the cheese, drop the laundry. They're chatting, laughing, getting comfortable. And organically, the question comes up, when's the last time you had sex? Now, don't get excited. It wasn't like a sexy way, like, ooh, tell me more. No. This was weirdly clinical, like two exhausted adults reviewing medical paperwork at midnight. And she has no answer because, honestly, it has been a minute. Maybe a year, maybe two. Time is lost all meeting with this one. And then she asks him, and the man immediately says, March 15th. March 15th. Not a few months ago, not last spring. No, March 15th. Sir, are we tracking intimacy or reenacting Julius Caesar in our head? Et tu, Brute. I digress. Who recalls with that level of precision? Because that's not a memory. That's evidence. And honestly, she should have realized at this point that this man operates very literally, but she did not. So the conversation wraps up, and before they hang up, he asks her, hey, do you want to grab coffee Friday morning before work? Around 8. Now 8, ooh, that seems early, but what the hell? She likes this guy, so she says yes. And they decide he'll meet at her place and they'll walk for coffee from there. Perfect. Now, logically, this is a man who has been consistent, respectful, specific. But we don't always operate on logic now, do we? Because internally, she starts shifting the narrative. And this is where it happens. Not with him, with her. Because when reality is calm, we upgrade it. We add meaning. We add tension. We add a plot twist. Twist it. Women can turn an emotionally mature interaction into an entire Netflix limited series. Trust me, I have seen it done. So Friday arrives and it is time for her 8 a.m. coffee date. She is up at the crack of dawn with some serious Cock-a-Doodle-Doo energy, if you know what I mean. She's lathering up like she's getting ready to enter the greasy pig competition at the Leduc Rodeo. She gets ready, but not too ready. You know, you don't want to look too overdone. So it's cute sweats, oversized hoodie, messy hair, full lingerie underneath. Because apparently her subconscious had decided that this man was showing up for a lot more than a medium roast and a morning stroll. So he arrives 8 o'clock sharp, which honestly should have been another clue. She invites him inside. They're standing in the kitchen having a little chit chat. And then she decides, we're going to skip some steps here. She leans in on the counter like a cop in a detective show. She looks this man right in the eyes and she says, I'd offer you some coffee, but I know that's not what you're here for. He looks confused, but he goes with it. And, well, he's certainly not pushing for that coffee anymore, if you know what I mean. One thing leads to another, and they're in the bedroom. And she says to him, she's like, do you have a condom? And this man stutter answers, no, I thought we were going for coffee. And that was the moment. That was the reset. Because nothing changed except for her assumption. This man had communicated clearly the entire time. Coffee morning before work. He meant exactly what he said. Meanwhile, she had built an entire alternate screenplay in her mind starring herself, lace undergarments, and emotional tension. So, honestly, this was quite a humbling experience for her because she realized that not every man is trying to sleep with her. Some men are just decent humans who want a cup of joe before work. And in her defense, there was mutual attraction. They kept seeing each other for a few months after that. And then he moved back to the States. And that was a couple of years ago now. And they're still friends. And they still joke about the Java jolt that never was. Because sometimes coffee means coffee. Modern dating, where the coffee is hot, the signals are mixed, and the cock-a-doodle-doo questionable. Thanks for being here. And enjoy your coffee, whatever version you're having. Love you, okay, bye!
Pick up line. Although behavior under review, hit the bar, get slow. Although behavior under review.